Shout it from the rooftops.
The town of Littleton is exploding right now.
The main streets and back roads of Littleton, New Hampshire, next on Chronicle.
Good evening, everyone. From time to time, we bring you stories of northern New England towns that have struggled with economic changes. Tonight, a community that's thriving.
Littleton, New Hampshire is known as the Glad Town. Spend a little time there and you'll realize it's more than just a slogan. 150 miles north of Boston, just past the Notch, nestled along the Vermont border, lies Littleton, New Hampshire.
I call it the economic heartbeat of the North Country.
We're at the epicenter between Montreal and Boston, Portland and Burlington.
We're in a great area that's getting more and more popular.
A little more than 6,000 residents call this place home, many of whom also stay in town for work.
I think the people make it what it is. They're here to live, not to work all the time.
Once voted one of America's 10 best towns and main streets by Travel Guide Photos, this town has weathered more than one economic storm since it was incorporated in 1784.
I like to look at Littleton as the proverbial phoenix that keeps rising from its ashes.
Richard Alberini moved here from Framingham decades ago. The retired history teacher is now curator of the Littleton Area Historical Museum.
Every time we've had an economic disaster, something happened to make it not happen.
Littleton's history is rich and informs the present, with tributes to some of its prominent figures sprinkled around town.
This one here, if I flip it over, it says, photographed and published by B.W. Kilburn, Littleton, New Hampshire.
Benjamin Kilburn and his brother Edward turned a passion for photography into a business in the mid-1800s, quickly becoming the world's most extensive manufacturer of stereoscopic views.
These are one of the 2,000 to 5,000 a week he used to produce. When you would take a snapshot, instead of getting one picture, you got two with one shot. When they would look through, they would adjust that. It would be off just a tiny bit, so that it would give you that 3D effect.
The business was such a success, it outgrew its first location and the next, and expanded to this Cottage Street building that's still standing.
This was television, Victorian television. These were they were it. I had some sixth graders in a few years ago, and one of them picked it up and he went, whoa, virtual reality.
And there's a fun fact about the stereoscopic photos that Benjamin Kilburn produced.
Right, so the device that is used to view those images, the American stereoscope, was invented by Oliver Wendell Holmes, father of Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr., the renowned U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Talent ran in the family.